Hello and welcome to Up the Park, a tiny podcast, a podcast dedicated to the fourth best team in Scotland, Sean. How are
The
you?
fourth best team in Scotland.
You all right?
Wow. I'm good, mate. How are you getting on?
Yeah, good, good, good. So we've not been around for what, 4 months?
Aye, got a little
So
gap.
so because we've not uploaded a podcast, Hearts went 6 games unbeaten, 6 games or 5 games
Uh,
in a loss, was it, in a row?
uh, 6 games without a win.
6 games
Lost a
without a win,
lost a manager.
lost the manager,
Lost a player.
lost a player, fucked third,
Fuck third.
and now we're back recording. We'll get third next season.
Oh, damn right. Easy.
Yeah.
We'll
So
walk in the park.
is it our fault then that Robbie got sacked, or are we
I'm
just
gonna. I'm
like
gonna. Well, no, because we started the podcast last season, and it was fine. We finished third, and then Jason joined,
oh yeah, that's a
and
good point. That
Jason got a season ticket, and now I'm gonna blame him for most of it.
it
He's not
went
here
to fuck
today.
after that, didn't it?
He's not here today, so we can blame him for it.
I definitely blame him. He gets the blame for everyone. He
Uh,
wasn't at the Ross County. No, you weren't at the Ross County game.
no, I never went to the Ross County game, but I
Aye,
was at the Aberdeen game. Sorry, I was at the. No, I missed the Aberdeen game
you missed the Aberdeen game.
when we beat them.
Oh yeah, aye, it was him that missed the Ross County game when we won like 6-1.
Aye, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
his fault.
Yeah, it's definitely his fault.
I might cut his
Definitely his
season
fault.
ticket up.
So tonight, I think we're gonna do season review, um, do our annual Up the Park season awards,
Aye,
and I've got a quiz for you.
I'm looking forward to that. That should be fun.
Um, I think that's about it. So yeah, let's start with the Robbie sacking. What did you think of that?
I think it was done 2 weeks too late. I feel
Yeah,
like if Naismith had a couple of weeks to get us ready for that Hibs game, we might know have lost third as easy as we did. I just feel like it came a little bit too late because it was obvious. How often do you see it when a manager gets to that stage that he drags it back and does something amazing? It's very rare. So I think that to me, we just done it a little bit too late. And as as anybody is a continued listener, they know that I've never really had time for Robbie Nielsen. So
so you got
I
what
was
you wished for.
I got what I wished for, but it was too late.
Yeah, yeah. Um, as you know, I was a bit of a Robbie-in guy, but I think by the end of it, even I was saying that he should have went. So, um, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is with him.
I
Because
mean,
he
fair
done that
play to the guy.
the very first time he done really well, and then sort of fell off a
It's
little bit. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe,
he lost the player. You could see he lost the players,
yeah,
but on top of that, he was too stubborn to change tactics and try and go at teams. And I know Stephen Naismith's not really like shined a light of excellent management, but he's proved that the team and players that we've got can attack, can create chances.
yeah,
Our fullbacks are two very, Nat Atkinson and Alex Cochrane are two very attacking fullbacks, and they just looked restricted. And Nat Atkinson over the last like 6, 7 games of the season was fantastic
yeah. He
because he was
hardly had a
given
game
some
under
exactly
Nielsen,
hard
did
at
he?
a game, and then he was given freedom to go forward, and also like Oda getting games and stuff like that. It was strange that Robbie Nielsen never played them.
Yeah.
So it makes you think what was going on there. Why was he like, I'll hold back because they're not ready, but at the same time he was also quite happy to throw Keogh in at the deep end. So why was he not happy to throw Oda or Garankul in at the deep end?
Yeah, it's a bit odd, isn't it? He always stuck with Snodgrass and stuck with Mackay, and
Oh, Snodgrass
you
must have naked
know,
pictures of him or something like.
he's just his man, isn't it? Nielsen's man. I wonder if I'll ever get a story out of Snodgrass about what happened.
Well, he did say that whenever him was up, he would tell his side of the story. So season's over. We've got our new manager and stuff in place. He could just leave it. He doesn't really need to say anything. And it's not going to bother any Hearts fans if he doesn't.
I wonder if it'll be in his favour to actually speak about it. I wonder if
Yeah,
like parts of the story will actually be. like in his favour to really tell that side of the story, or is it probably best for him and for everybody else just to keep quiet and just not speak about it?
Yeah, because from our side, it looks like he was the issue.
Yeah,
So if he wants to clear his name, he might say something, but at the same time, it might not bother him.
yeah.
No, he's 35 years old. He's been around. He's been around. He'll get a new club as well. So it wouldn't bother him. It's no tarnished his name or anything like that.
Nah, nah, he'll go down south or south again, won't he? Or he'll go Livingston or something like that.
Well, I need to find his level so he can maybe go play in the first division of the championship, in the
Fucking
championship or
pistol us
something.
out.
Inverness.
So is there any games that you want to go over for the end of
Well,
the
if we're
season?
going to talk about any games, I need to talk about the games with Stevie Naismith in charge.
Oh yeah, so what did you think of Hearts putting him in interim charge then? Did you think it was a good call, or do you think somebody else should have got it interim? Or
I think it was a good call
yeah,
because where we were in the season, it would have been odd to bring in a full-time manager because if you're gonna bring in a manager, you normally bring them in January and they get 6 months to right the ship or whatnot. There was no point bringing in, like a permanent manager to give him 6 games, 7 games, 8 games, just to what was he really going to do? Nothing. But if Stephen Naismith failed or succeeded, it didn't really matter.
yeah,
But you could have threw a manager in the deep end and said, "You've got 6 games to get Europe." He doesn't get us Europe, and then he gets to the summer to sign players, and he's like, "Well, I've already lost 6 games. I've no idea what I'm doing." But Naismith, he was already part of the club, and he's been good. Can't really say he's been bad.
yeah. I
Can't
quite
really
like him.
say he's not been brilliant.
I quite like him.
But
I quite like the way he plays football. I like the way he sets up the team. I
oh
like
yeah,
the way he speaks. And I like
yeah, he
the way he
does.
talks about the club.
I think he understands because obviously him coming from Rangers as well, it'll be the same sort of. He's Naismith's a winner. He's always been a winner,
Yeah.
and I mean he's been everywhere. He's got excellent experience. He was in the Scotland coaching setup as well, so he's got experience at the international level too. So I
And
just
he's
need
played
to
for the club as well, so he knows what it means
yeah
to the Hearts fans, and he knows what Hearts fans want. You know, when he
yeah, and
came in, he was like, what, saying about the identity. The club needs an identity. He knows what the fans like. They like attacking football. So I think he's
yeah.
bringing that back a little bit.
And he
Um,
understands the youth system and the youth setup and how that
yeah,
works too. He
yeah,
understands how it's all going to work with the B team going forward because been he's been shown that he's been touching that every week when he's been playing with the young boys. So
yeah.
hopefully he does improve our youth team because at the moment, there's no one I could really think of that's going to come through and start every week.
Nah. Apparently that Bobby McClucky, he's meant to be the next big thing. But like,
Yeah, and that
even him
other
didn't.
boy.
He didn't even get a look in with Nielsen. It's fucking weird. Like, I just find it
Well, the
so
bit that
odd. Like,
the bit that I found strange was when Naismith took over. I think it was like 3 or 4 players said that their contracts were coming to an end, but then when Robbie Nielsen left and Naismith took over, they all got new contracts.
yeah,
So in my eyes, Robbie Nielsen was never looking to use the youth team. I think he really cared about the youth
yeah,
team because all the players that are starting for Robbie Nielsen, none of them have come through the academy, apart from Craig Gordon, but that's different completely. None of them
there
have.
isn't anybody, is there?
There's no one who's been in our academy, and he signed Lewis Nielsen from Dundee United's academy and barely played him.
Yeah,
So yeah, I don't think Robbie Nielsen was ever going to fix the youth system, but I think Stephen Naismith, because he's been in constant contact with that over the last how long has he been manager of the B team? A
about a
year.
year.
Yeah, he's been in contact with all those players. He knows how good they are or how good they can be. I just hope that some of them do. I can see him next season having his set sort of 11 that he's going to start, but I could probably see 2 or 3 young boys being on the bench and coming on every game or every couple games to get game time.
Surely that Finlay Pollock's good enough. And that Connor Smith, surely he's good enough to be in the squad. Like,
Well, Connor Smith's been scoring goals wherever he goes.
Connor Smith played in Europe for us this season.
Yeah, he did. He did.
You know what I mean? And he didn't do that bad. And that's up against teams that are pretty fucking decent, like. So, I don't understand it because when the first time Robbie came, he was youth manager and then he became first team manager and he brought players through. You know, Callum Patterson excelled underneath him. Jamie
Yeah.
Walker, what do you call him? Nicholson. All these sort of players were played by him and then they went on to progress their careers elsewhere. So I don't understand what's different this time. He's not the same. He's not the same manager as
I
he
think
was back then.
I think when I think Robbie Nielsen would be quite happy to be in charge of a club where he finishes top 6 every year, has a steady job. I don't think he's got any ambition. I really don't. Because when he moved down south, he didn't exactly pick an ambitious job. He picked MK Dons. What was he ever going to do at MK Dons? He was never going to get MK Dons to the Premier League.
Nah, but I
And then he
think
came
there's a
back.
couple of things with that because the Hearts fans didn't like him. Everybody was sort of pushing him out. That plane went past with the no bottle, no style Nielsen out thing.
Well, they weren't
You know,
wrong.
they weren't wrong, but we were third in the league. You know, it's the sort of same as this year. Like if I totally, I've said it all season. I totally understand where people get their frustration with. But the man used to, well, for 3 quarters of the season, he was getting results. Like,
Oh,
he was
you have
getting
to
the
give him. You
results.
do have to give him credit, but I'm not sure what happened. But it massively fell off.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah,
huge drop off.
yeah,
Because even with the formation and the tactics we were playing, you'd still be expecting us to get 0-0 draws maybe or 1-0 draws, but we weren't. We were getting beat. We weren't playing well. There was just so much negativity around the club, and the negativity around. You could see it in the players' faces. The players didn't want to play. They didn't want to pick up the ball at the halfway line and turn around and pass back to the goalkeeper. They just didn't want to do it. And then you can see it with Stephen Naismith that he sits Kai Rolls and Toby Sibic on the halfway line. Is like when we've got the ball, it's all pressure.
yeah. It's so
And
high.
he proved that team should be doing exactly what Rangers and Celtic do when they play teams that are below them in the table. Is you should be sitting high, giving them absolutely no chance to breathe, and beating them 5-6-0. And that's what he done with St Mirren. He beat them. He absolutely hammered. No, St Mirren, sorry, Ross County. Admittedly, they're bottom of the table, but if we had Robbie Nielsen in charge, do you think we'd have beat Ross County? Because I genuinely don't think we'd have beat them. I think we'd have sat and just played the round of the ball all game, and it'd have been boring. But Naismith went, you know what? We're better than this team. Go at them, and I can guarantee you'll beat them. And we hammered them.
Yeah. Hmm.
And he done the same. He went at Celtic. He went at Rangers. The St Mirren game was an odd one because we were playing really well, but then obviously we got shafted with Peter Haring getting sent off.
That was the same as that Celtic game. The Celtic game, we dominated. Well, we didn't dominate them, but we were pressing them.
We were
They
playing
looked
well.
shook.
Yeah.
They looked shook. And then as soon as Cochrane got sent off, that was us. We'd got it done. But they don't like it. You know,
No, they don't.
we've proved this season that as soon as you press Celtic, Rangers are a bit different. To be honest, I think Rangers are quite a good team. But Celtic defensively, they're so high up the pitch and their wing backs are so high up the pitch that they only really have like 3 players back all the time. So when you
Yeah.
press them high, they don't like it and they
No, they
really
don't.
struggle. Like that
They,
Ralston struggles as soon as you press. Like,
yeah. I mean, I'm a big advocate of Ange Postecoglou's style of football. It's fantastic. I mean, I know, I know, like Neil Lennon and things like that. They've won trophies with Celtic, but I've never seen a Celtic side walk the league that easily. Like
no,
they absolutely dominated everybody they played, and they played really, really well in Europe. Admittedly, they didn't. They got a draws with Rangers with Shakhtar twice. They drew with home and away, but they got 8 shots on target against Real Madrid.
yeah, mhm.
Only one other team in Europe done that this season, and it was Man City. That's mental.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I,
there
I
are
think that's the best Celtic team I think I've ever seen.
that is definitely the best Celtic team I've ever seen, and Postecoglou going to the Premier League makes perfect sense for me. Like I
Oh,
think
I like.
it's odd that it's Tottenham because Tottenham's quite a step up when it comes to what their goals are going to be because they're going to want Europe, they're going to want top four, and they're shit. Let's be serious. They don't have a good team, and it looks like Harry Kane's on his way as well. So
Yeah.
he's gonna have a job there. But what worries me is who comes in at Celtic. Who are we going to have to deal with next season?
I don't think it matters, Sean.
I
I
think it
don't
all
think it
matters.
matters.
No, it'll depend on their players really. Who stays, who goes. I don't think Kyogo will stay. Kyogo looks like he's on his way.
He's bound to go down south.
I don't
He'll
think
go
he can
to
keep it.
Tottenham.
Yeah, I don't think he can. I don't think he's good enough for Tottenham. No, he's not good enough for Tottenham.
I don't know. I think he's a
There's only
fucking born goal scorer, like.
he is, but the Premier League's the defensive setups of Premier League will let him do what he does. He just likes to
Nah,
pop up. He likes to pop up at the last minute, put the ball in the back of the net. You dare get a chance to do that in the Premier League unless you are top quality.
yeah, yeah. Aye, we're fucked anyway. It doesn't matter.
Rangers will be a good team next season. They've already started their rebuild. I mean, Jack Butland's a damn good signing.
Yeah, it's decent, isn't it? I was
And they've
surprised
signed
at that
that
one
boy
actually.
from Norwich. Can't mind his name. Dowell, Howell, Cowell.
Yeah.
And they've got letting Ryan Kent go for nothing was quite surprising.
And Morelos, that's a weird gin as
I
well.
mean, I think Beale wants him out of the club because he's a.
Oh, aye, he's a fucking arsehole, isn't
I can't say words on here that I can't stand the guy, and I don't think he's a very positive person to have
he? Nah,
in your changing room.
nah, he's definitely no, like, he's a fucking prick.
He's a
I
fucking
hate
prick.
him. I hate him. I
I
hate him.
every Hearts fan hates him because he always bloody scores past us.
I know, I know. So back to the matches then. Is there any matches you want to go over for Naismith, or are we done with this season?
No, I think the Naismith thing's like it was fantastic. Like the last game of the season was brilliant because like it was insane. Like we played really well in the first 15, 20 minutes, and then as soon as we lost Cochrane again, who I love Cochrane to bits, but the boy needs to stop getting sent off.
Yeah.
He's been sent off 3 times this season.
Shocking, isn't it?
And how many games has he missed? Because he got the 2 game suspension, so that's 2, and then he lost. And then you have to include the games that he gets sent off. Really, the Celtic game he missed 3/4 of the game. So he's probably missed 6, 7 games with suspension, and they're big games he's missed.
Easy, easy.
Aye. I love him, but he keeps getting caught the wrong side of people, and it's
I
worrying.
know, I know, I know. That Hibs game was good though. Oda getting his first goal.
We would have won that game quite easily, I feel like, if we had 11 men for the whole game, because
Yeah, definitely.
Hibs were crap. Like, they were just launching balls into the box. And they were playing really bad football. You'd think, you're a player up. All you need to do is stretch the opposition, keep them moving side to side and tire them out, and then find a way to break them down. All they were doing was letting us sit in and then punting the ball into the box, and then we were just clearing it.
I,
And then
I
some.
didn't even think Hibs are that good. I
They're
think
not.
they luckily beat us at Easter Road in Naismith's first game. I
Hibs are
didn't even
not.
think we played that bad.
Hibs are not a good team.
Nah,
Lee Johnson is not a good manager, and I think a lot of Hibs fans know that.
he's murder. Like,
He is a murder manager. I don't understand. Like I've seen them play multiple times this season. I don't see their style. I don't see a style of football. They play for set pieces, then they just long throw it or really kick it into the box.
it's weird, isn't it?
It is considering you've got something they had. Well, no, now, but they had somebody like Nisbet who'll score you loads of goals if you get the ball at his feet.
Yeah. He's gone. Like,
Kid,
thank God,
absolute
thank God
helmet.
for that. And like, well, who Jink would win in a fight then in Naismith and Johnson?
What? Naismith and Johnson,
Aye.
100% Naismith.
I can't
Johnson
believe
tried.
that punch. Did you see the punch?
Johnson's punch to his rib was the worst punch I've ever seen in my
I don't
life.
even think he connected. I
I'm not
think he
gonna
missed.
lie. I can't fight for shit, but I reckon I could take Lee Johnson.
At least he could punch.
I know. I'll be able to
Yeah.
punch him properly. Might nipple twist him a wee bit.
Fucking embarrassing,
That's
like.
with the height that he is. I'll just knee him in the face.
It's fucking embarrassing, like. Right, are we done talking about this fucking season? Because I'm fucking over it
Aye,
already, like.
we're going on to next season when we're going to qualify for Europe and win the whole thing.
We're gonna win the conference like this season. Right,
Aye,
well, next
damn
season.
right we are.
Beat West Ham in that. Oh no, they'll win Europa League, won't they?
Aye. We beat, I
Shite.
reckon, who's in the Conference League? Villa. Aston Villa are in it for the Premier League.
Oh fuck, oh, we're fucked. I don't even think we're making it past the qualifiers, to be honest with you.
The qualifier is pure luck, isn't it, really?
Well, have you seen some of these teams that we can get?
Yeah. We can get Hibs because
Uh,
we're both unseeded.
no, you can't. You can't draw against the same team from the
I,
same country.
I think you can if they're unseeded.
Oh, can you?
I think so. I
I
think
thought
that's
we
how it
faced
works.
seeded teams.
Eh?
We face seeded teams. It's
Oh,
like a
well, we
seeded
might.
team
Yeah, well,
versus
we might avoid
unseeded.
them then.
Uh,
That's fine then.
aye, but we get all the hard ones. We get all the ones that like won their cups and that, or the ones that drop into the Conference League because they failed in the Champions path of the Champions League. So we could get like RFS or something again.
There's a lot of
Someone
teams that we could
shit
get.
like that, but there's loads of teams that are class. Have you seen who
We can get.
Aberdeen could get in the Europa?
They can get Juventus,
Aye, imagine.
but they're
Fucking
guaranteed the
brilliant.
group stage, so it doesn't
Aye,
really
I
matter
know.
for them, does it?
They'll fuck it though, so it's not bad.
So we can get Club Bruges, Ghent, Partizan Belgrade, PAOK, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Victoria Pleasant, who beat Real Madrid in the Champions League last season, Bodo Glimt, Lech Poznan, Apoel Besiktas, Legia Warsaw, Rosenborg, teams like that. That's teams that we could potentially get in our qualifier.
I would defo take a trip to Poland like in a qualifier. I'm defo going to the qualifiers this year, so
I'd like to
I
get to
take
one
a
of that.
trip
I'd like to
to
get to it, yeah. That'd
trip
be
to
good.
Poland would be decent. Maybe
Some
no Norway, I
random
bet that's expensive.
arse end of nowhere.
A Cypriot team, I bet it's fucking warm there, like.
Ammonia. It's the Neil Lennon's ex
Aye.
team who
Aye.
beat drew Man United in the Europa League last season.
That's not hard. Like
Don't know, like third place Champions League and that.
like us this season.
Right, do you want
Next
to do
season.
your
Oh,
Player of the Year's awards
I've
then?
got a few questions first.
All right,
I'm gonna do
okay.
the questions first. The last time we done the podcast back in February, and then Hearts went on a downturn, we asked people for questions, so we've got a few questions, all right? So, Peter Ingroia, sorry, I've butchered your name.
Which is your name?
Come the end of the season, who do we keep? Who do we let go? And who/what position do we look to bring in?
Oh, well, that's a good question, actually. That's a really good question. Oh. Well, if you think about fully fit team, we're going to have Boyce back, Halkett back, Craig Gordon back realistically, maybe later on in the year. Benny Beningame back.
So, first off, is there any loan players that you want to keep?
That's currently on loan.
Like, that you would really want to keep? You'd be very happy with the announcement.
Maybe James Hill.
Uh,
But at the same time, I think we could probably sign a player permanently rather than loan somebody in.
yeah.
I'm not a big fan of loaning players in because if we do crap, it doesn't affect them. They'll just go back to their club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. That's why I massively believe in loaning players in. So
we're keeping none of the loan players out of the squad. Who are we letting go? So I would agree, to be honest with you, about the loan players.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really keep any of them. I
to
think
me, to me,
Hill is no better than Halkett when he comes back.
if you're bringing in a loan player, it should be only because you've got no other option.
Yeah, yeah. Or it's an unreal loan.
Yeah, like
yeah, like
Ben
Trinkowers
Woodburn.
out. Hey, fuck you! Ben Woodburn was class.
Ben Woodburn's a fucking dog shit player.
I liked him. I always knew
Right.
there was a player there.
Well, if we go through the team, we've got two goalies. So Clark and Gordon, keep them both.
Yeah.
Scotland's number one and Scotland's number two.
Well, Scotland's number 2 and Scotland's number 3. Because that boy from Norwich is number one now, isn't he?
Oh, I forgot about him. What's his name? Angus
Can't
Gunn.
remember. Aye, that's him.
Aye, he's not even English. He's not even Scottish.
2 appearances, 2 clean sheets. It's all right, isn't
Aye, it's all right when you've got a Steve Clark back 10.
it? We played all right, to
Um,
be honest.
right, so right back, we've only got one right back, Natty Atkinson, because Smith's obviously gone. So keep Atkinson.
Yeah, big yes for me for that.
Centre backs, Civic Rose Halkett. Are they the only centre backs we've got now?
Civic Rolls, Halke, and Nielsen.
And Nielsen. I'd keep all four.
And technically Kingsley. I don't
Kingsley can
understand.
cover if needed.
Oh, well, Naismith will play a back four, won't he? So technically,
Yeah.
Civic, Kingsley's a left back, isn't he? So
If you've got a back four, if you're playing a back two centre backs, then you need 5 centre backs in the team. 2 starters, 2 backups, and a youth player.
yeah,
So I don't see us need. I don't think we need a centre back. We really
nah,
didn't need a centre back. If
nah.
Halkett stays fit, we're fine.
If Halkett's fucked, we need a centre back.
Yeah, but you can't. If Halkett's fucked, you need a good centre back.
Yeah,
You can't
definitely.
just bring in some guy on loan or some youth player. You need a player who's got experience, but also knows how to win a header because we look absolutely shocking at set pieces.
Yeah, yeah. We need somebody alongside Rolls that can header a ball.
Yeah, but because Rose car.
Because that's what I think. That's what I think it'll be next season. I think it'll be Rolls and Halkett.
Halkett.
Will be the centre backs next season.
I
I
feel
think
sorry
that'll
for
be it.
Sibic because Sibic's had a fantastic season.
He has, but I don't think he's better than Rolls, and I don't think he's obviously not better than Halkett. Halkett's
See,
the best centre back we have.
I think on his day, Sibic's better than Rose.
The problem is
Sibic's
that Civic doesn't really have on his day that much.
yeah, no, but the thing is with Kai Rose is he's also left-footed, and if you're playing a left-footed centre back, then it's an advantage.
Yeah,
So I'd say right. So no defenders really. I don't think we need any defenders. We need
no
to
left
sign a
back
new
either.
right back. We need a right back.
To be fair, I think Kingsley might leave her.
I think if Kingsley's going to leave, then I think he'll. I don't think he'll leave. I think Kingsley's settled up here. He's been here a while now, hasn't he? How long has he been at Hearts?
2 years, 3 years,
4, 3,
3
4.
years. This will be his
Yeah.
third season.
Yeah, so I think he'll be. I think he'll stay because he's only 28, 29, so he's still got a bit of time left in the tank.
Yeah, he was fucking world class when he came.
He's dropped off, but at the same time, he's maybe dropped off. Quite a lot of players dropped off when Robbie Nielsen left, so he's
Yeah,
obviously just no picked back up yet. But he's
to
also
be
not
fair,
really
he's
had
been
much.
shocking this season.
He's not had much game time either, to be honest.
Nah.
No, I think the current crop of defenders we've got, we only need a right back. But at the same time, I wouldn't be massively bothered if we only signed a backup right back because I'm quite happy with Natty Atkinson starting.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
So,
But I think the club will look to sign a player that's good enough for the first team so they can compete.
oh yeah, definitely. You can't just go
Um,
youth player, pop him in there, because then Atkinson's not going to be worried. But if you find a decent right back who's maybe got some experience,
Yeah, definitely.
a little bit more defensive, so when we do play teams like Rangers and Celtic and that, you could play.
Yeah. Centre midfielders.
We need a creative centre midfielder.
So we've got Benny, Devlin,
Keep,
Harren,
keep,
Keogh,
keep,
Halliday.
keep. Halliday's utility player, and we've got George Grant as well. But I'd sell George Grant. I think he's crap.
I don't think George Grant plays centre midfield. I think he's
I
more
don't
an
think George
attacking
Grant plays
midfielder.
football.
Harsh.
The only thing he's done for us is got us put out of Europe.
There, get started with that, right?
That's it.
Get started on that. That's a sore one for me. Right. I'm the same with all you that as well. I would keep all of them. Halliday's a good utility player. He'll play anywhere. He's not going to play many games this season.
We spent
Um,
money on Keogh, so he's not going anywhere.
yeah, he's not
Unless
going
we can
anywhere.
make
I
the money
think
back.
he must come good. Honestly, he's bound
Yeah.
to come good.
I
He's had no
always,
pre-season.
I feel sorry for Keogh, I really do, because I always compare him to George Grant because they were both brought in to play central midfield because Grant was going to play central midfield for Robbie Nielsen. That was where he was going to play. So if you think Keogh's coming from a different country who play a different style of football, and he's been thrown straight into the deep end. He came over here and he's been chucked. He got started like 6 games in a row without any real preparation, right? Then you get George Grant, who's 28, 29, who's come from England, which is a probably similar or slightly higher level of football, and he's done absolutely nothing any better than Keogh has. And you're
Yeah,
just like, if you compare them two, then you kind of really blame Keogh. And we spent money for George Grant as well. He cost us money.
yeah. It was like 250 grand or
Right?
something.
Everybody keeps forgetting that George Grant's cost us money. He also cost us Europe.
Stop
Everybody
it!
seems to forget it.
Stop it!
It's like everybody's like, "Who's the worst player of the season?" Keogh, and I'm like, "Are you being serious? You're telling me that Keogh's been worse than Forrest and Grant and
Yeah.
Jesus."
To be honest, I'm agreeing with that. To be honest, so, yeah. Wingers and attacking midfielders. So wingers, we've got Forrest,
Gone.
Oda,
Sell
Mackay.
Forrest.
So you sell Forrest, Oda
Sell
keep
Forrest.
obviously.
Oda keep 100%.
Mackay
Keep.
and was that
Gino?
it?
Gino?
Gino's a striker. We play Gino as striker, don't we?
But if we've got a fully fit squad, Gino doesn't fit up front.
I think he will. I think if Gino stays, he's up front. I think that'll be a thing in the contract.
Oh, that'd be brutal, wouldn't it? Imagine
I think
starting him
that'll be
next
the,
season.
and then it'll
Imagine
be
playing next season
Shankland in
without
the 10.
Shankland up top.
It'll be Shankland in the 10.
Ah, but then you play Odo out right.
Odo at right, and then Mackay at left, and then
Ugh.
aye, that'll be it. And then it'll be Grant and Boyce fighting for Shankland's place because Grant can play on the attacking left as well, so he'll fight. So
Boyce and Shankland.
we defo need another two wingers that are good enough
I think we need two wingers and potentially another striker.
and a fast striker,
Aye. Oda's
somebody that can
quick.
run channels. I think Oda's more of a winger.
Aye, Oda's a really
He
good
likes
winger as
taking
well.
on players. He's good at that as well.
So for the wingers, do we have anyone in the youth?
Bobby McCluckey is an attacking midfielder on the left. He also plays wing back. Connor Smith's an attacking midfielder.
Connor Smith's more of an advanced player.
Yeah. Macaulay Tate's a centre midfielder. Pollock's centre midfield. Mackenzie Kirk's a striker. Nah, there's no sort of winger.
Oh well. So we need to sign one
So
or
we
two.
definitely need a couple of wingers and a striker, I think.
I think
Yeah.
we should be looking at the free market, see who's available on frees. That's always where you should look first.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what they're doing. Our manager / technical director.
That's a good question, that though. I was talking for about 10 minutes there about
I know.
that. Next question by JRG 60,000. I wonder if 59,999 was taken.
That must have been.
Right. Thoughts on all this season's loan players?
All crap except Hill. I'm not talking about Stephen
Uh,
Humphries. I'm done with that absolute waste of space.
So Stephen
Absolute
Humphries,
Wage stealing waste of space.
the only thing Stephen Humphries gave us was a goal in Fiorentina. He gritted the Hibs and he scored
Go
from his
back
own
to
half in
Wigan.
Dundee United.
Go back to Wigan where you will not get paid your wages.
James Hill, decent, good player.
I'd give
Good player
James
for
Hill
6
like a
months.
7 out of 10
Decent,
because
decent.
every time we've needed him, he's played well. He loves it too. You could tell he
He
absolutely loves
fucking
it.
loves it.
Loves
Who's the other
defending.
lone player? Kuyo.
No
That was it,
comment.
wasn't it? We only had three, didn't we?
Absolutely no comment. What did he do? One goal.
Kuyo, I mean, yeah.
I'll give Cool 10 out of 10 because he drew against the Rangers. There we go.
Nothing special, was he? Nothing special.
Nah, well,
He didn't
he was
live
never.
up.
I don't
I
think he
don't
was
think
ever
he
up
lived
here
up
to.
to the hype.
He was never up here to play.
No, he was up here to acclimatise to
He was up here
Britain.
to get used to playing.
Yeah.
Aye, he got to train.
Men's football.
Yeah,
in
he got to
Britain.
train.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And we had the Australians now, so yep. And last question: if Hearts played in the English Premier League, where do you think they would be in the table?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, it was my wife that asked me that.
Right, your wife for a start. Right, so they'd be playing in League One.
No, they'd be championship. I think
I
we'd be
don't know.
mid-table. I think we'd be mid-table championship.
If you think of the
Um,
players that we've signed, right, and where we've signed them from, George Grant being an example, we signed him from a team that got relegated.
Still signed him. He's a championship player. That's why I had a release clause on him that if he got relegated, it'd be much less. He was
I
a
think
championship player.
if you were taking into account the revenue we'd bring in one of those leagues, yeah, we'd probably be a mid-table championship team.
Yeah. So we'd finish last in the Premier League.
100% get
Yeah.
relegated from the
Yeah.
Premier League. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Perfect. So thanks for all the questions. If you've got any questions, you can email us, Twitter us, and
You can
Instagram us,
or Facebook us as
or
well.
Facebook us. Just us. Right. So let's do the Up the Park Player of the Year awards.
You're gonna need to pop some music in there. No, that. Nah. Find some crappy music on YouTube. Pop that in there.
I'll get that like that.
Get off the stage. You're talking too much.
Right.
No one cares about God and your mum.
Jesus Christ. Philosophical for a Thursday night. Right.
Well, that's what it's like when somebody wins an award, isn't it? I'm like, just on God. What? God didn't score for 70 yards, mate. You did. Right.
Right. Who are you talking about there?
Ah, Stephen Humphries.
Oh, right, okay, right. I thought you were. Right.
Also, God doesn't pay your wages, and neither does Wigan.
Wigan do.
No, they didn't.
Right. The
Right.
Player of the Year award.
Now, I personally don't think there's any option here. Surely there's only one. Do you agree, or have you had to have a think about it?
Well, I've obviously put Shankland, so.
I've obviously put Shankland as well.
I mean, 28
There's
goals.
28
First player
goals.
to hit 20 since 1993.
Do you know someone else that I think's amazing about him as well? He's barely missed a game.
Yeah.
He's barely.
Yeah.
He must have played about 50 games this season.
Well, actually, right, we'll come on to that later on. Right. Right. So, Shankland, yeah, Player of the Year. There's no really
100% Lawrence
there's no
Shankland.
even other mentions.
Captain
is there?
Fantastic.
I mean, there's no even like a mention, is there? Gino, maybe?
Nah. Gino was crap for half a season.
Cochrane?
Nah, his red cards take him out. I'm just trying to think of somebody that's been there consistently from start to end. Toby Sibic, maybe?
He's been all right, but no really that great. Nah, Shanklin's just been fantastic. He's played half the season in fucking midfield.
Exactly.
He's defo the player of the season. There's no way.
There's absolutely no denying that.
So, young player of the year. So, a player that's under the age of 23.
Well, I struggled with this because there's a couple.
I didn't struggle with this.
Who did you pick?
Alex Cochrane.
I also picked Alex Cochrane.
Yeah,
in the end, I picked Alex Cochrane, but I did consider. Shit.
He's over the age of 23, isn't he?
Nah, Toby Sibic. It was Toby Sibic, but he was 23 at the start of the season.
Oh, right, okay, well,
24 now.
just turned 23, so.
Aye, so I think there's, I think it makes sense, isn't it? I mean, he's been absolutely brilliant for us.
Well, the only players under the age of 23 that are in the team are Nathaniel Atkinson, who turned 23 this season, Oda, and that's it. Forrest.
Is Forrest 23?
He was born in 2000.
That's mad. I thought he was older than that.
Oh,
maybe we'd just sell him then.
Yeah, that was it, wasn't
Maybe
it? Yeah, Alex Cochrane. I mean, Alex Cochrane's fucking fantastic. He's a fantastic footballer, like. He's really good. He just needs to improve on his sort of situational awareness. But I
His
mean,
positioning's no
it's two
fantastic when it
it's
comes to
two
that.
simple mistakes I've let him do for the end of the season. But I mean, he was up there as well. I
Aye,
think he's the only one really that you could um put up there with Player of the Year, apart from Shankland, in
he
my
was he was
opinion.
he was
He's
quite
fantastic.
shackled as well. I mean,
Under Nielsen,
under
but
Nielsen, he was shackled because
under Naismith, he's sort of showing what he did at the start of this
yeah,
season and last
everybody
season.
everybody always said to Cochrane he was the master of passing back, but ever since Naismith took over, he's completely cut that out of his game. He only goes forward.
He's like a midfielder now.
Yeah, he's inverted, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that's how Naismith likes to play. So I think he'll do fantastic next season if we can keep a hold of him.
Well, it's only one season in. I think he'll leave after one season.
You never know. Somebody big comes in. So,
Hopefully nobody's been watching Scottish football.
yeah. Who did you go for? You went for Cochrane as well.
I went for Cochrane as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I don't think there's really anybody else. Signing of the season.
Oh, I thought it was goal of the season next. Is it not?
Oh, sorry. Signing of the season.
Signing of the season. Right. I picked Sander Clark.
Did you?
Why? Other than Shankland, obviously.
I picked Shankland.
Other than Shankland, because I tried to no pick the same player twice. Xander Clark, the fact that the man had no pre-season, he had absolutely zero preparation, and then we lost Craig Gordon to his leg break, and Xander Clark's came in and been absolutely
Yeah, he
fantastic.
has been really good, to be fair. If there was a best free signing, I would definitely pick Xander Clark. Um,
Yeah, Xander Clark, definitely.
but
But yeah,
I had as like um another player was Cochrane
yeah, because
because we
people seem to
signed him.
forget we only had him loaned last season. Yeah,
So
that Cochrane was it was for me. It was between Cochrane, Clark, and Shankland, but I didn't want to pick the same players twice, so I picked Clark. But Clark's been brilliant, and
yeah,
he'll be
Clark's
number
been
one going into
fantastic.
next season too.
Yeah, definitely because Gordon won't be back until what, September, October, he said.
Yeah,
So,
and hopefully Xander Clark over the next couple of weeks can practice on his passing.
and he'll have a pre-season.
He will. He'll be fully fit.
He's a fantastic goalkeeper. He's fucking brilliant. Yeah, so
I
that's been
remember.
Shankland.
I remember when we started doing this podcast. We used to do a section called Team of the Week from around the Scottish League,
Ah, yeah,
and every week I put Xander Clark in goals
yeah.
because I always
Jesus
seen him and I
Christ.
was like, he's class.
Yes, he is a really good goalkeeper. Like he is really good. I'm surprised he never went down south for him.
Well, it was odd, wasn't it? Because he was with the club for like 6 months,
Yeah,
and then we
weird.
signed him. Maybe he was always coming to Hearts.
Aye, might have been. Very weird, doing it. Very weird.
Love
Uh,
him.
goal of the season.
I didn't pick Stephen Humphries before you asked.
I didn't even have him. I've picked three. But
Three.
I've done like a top three.
Well, I've got a top one.
Right. You do your one.
Right. My goal of the season was Michael Smith against Aberdeen,
All right, that's number two for me.
where he brought it down with his right foot
Yeah.
and scored it with his left foot. And at the same before that, ran about 50 yards, 35 years old, and a fullback. And he's doing that.
Yeah, yeah. It was
It's
some pass
ridiculous.
as well, to be
Oh,
fair.
it's ridiculous. Oh, the
It
pass
was a
was
good
brilliant.
team goal, to be honest.
But
Yeah.
yeah, Michael Smith's goal was good for me. I mean, Stephen Humphries' goal was excellent. You can't deny that. But
That's
Smith
not my
shouldn't be
top
doing
three
that.
either, really, to be honest.
Smith shouldn't be doing that.
Nah, he shouldn't be. My goal of the season was Gino versus Aberdeen.
Oh, that was
Um,
disgustingly good.
I think
That was my other choice.
I think the minute where it was with applause for
Oh,
that guy,
yeah. It
what it
was.
meant to the fans, and what a big game it was, and what a fucking peach it was. I think,
I don't think you could
yeah,
get any more top corner.
nah, nah, it was a fucking peach. He hit it perfect. And then I said Smith for versus Aberdeen because it was a fucking goal and a half. And then my third goal was Shanklin's second. Well, Shanklin's goal against Hibs at Easter Road in the cup.
Oh,
Chicken where
the
he flicked it to Humphreys. Humphreys
and
laid it
Humphries set
off.
him off.
Aye, and he
Yeah.
fucking volleyed it into the bottom right just for the scenes. and that was the 20 goal.
That was his
That was
20th
the
as well, wasn't
20th.
it? Yeah.
So he done the John Robertson celebration right in front of the Hibs fans.
Oh, it was brilliant. Like,
And aye, yeah.
Shanklin gets it.
Yeah, he fucking gets it,
He
like.
fucking gets it.
He gets it. You'll get it next season when he's in a Rangers shirt scoring against Hearts
If he leaves us for Rangers, we better at least fleece
for
him
like
for 5 million quid or
800
something.
grand or something like that. That's how much they'll get for him. You can just see
Yeah.
it.
It's
Um,
only acceptable to lose Shanklin if we fleece Rangers on the way out the door.
yeah.
Sign Ryan Kent for free to play up front.
Fuck's sake. 50 grand a week. Right.
Right.
Worst signing of the season.
I've got one that will shock you because you hadn't specified whether it's a player or no. So I put Robbie Nielsen's new contract.
You can't do that.
Oh no.
It's players.
It was the worst signing of the season.
Right. I've went George Grant.
I went George
think
Grant as well.
I think
George Grant
George is
for me.
let us down.
And that was just the same as what I explained previously with between him and Keogh. Keogh's got excuses, like
Yeah.
coming to the country and all that sort. George Grant doesn't. I mean,
Nah.
he's 29 years old and he's an experienced player and he's done nothing. Like he's done
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. Has he even scored a goal?
He scored that one against who was it against where it was meant to be a cross?
Oh, so it's no fucking
Remember?
goal, isn't it?
Remember it was like a cross shot. It was on your side when we were watching it.
Oh, aye. Oh,
Yeah.
I
Was it
remember it
Motherwell?
now.
St Mirren? Something
I
like that.
remember it well.
Aye.
He's 29. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm
With
just
the
going to go
money
on
paid for him, like, I'm sure he was like 250, 300 grand. Because I'm pretty sure his release clause was 750 grand, but because they got relegated,
It cut
it cut it
massively.
in third, I think. It was like 250, 300, I'm sure. But
Aye,
I mean,
so
for them, that sort of money, I mean, he should be good enough to come in and play football. Like,
if I go to his goals and assists this season, he's played 25 goals in the league and he's got 2 goals and 2 assists.
yeah, it's
And
not
you're
good
like,
enough.
nah, it's no. For somebody who should be our main creative midfielder,
He's meant to be a playmaker.
exactly, he doesn't do anything like
Yeah,
that,
no.
unfortunately. Well, he does. You can see what he tries to do.
I do like him on the ball, eh? I
I
just
like him
don't
when
think
he's got
he's
the ball
no
at his
that
feet,
good.
but he just seems lost half the time. But also in his defence a little bit, because I always defend a Hearts player. He's been playing central midfield as part of a central midfield 2 for most of the
Yeah.
season, and that is not his position.
Do you know what I think the problem is? That he's used to the English game, and when he came up here, he's realised he's not getting that much time on the ball.
You dare? No. I think that's what I think Keogh said that in an interview, didn't he? He came in and he
Yeah,
was like, it's so much quicker.
yeah,
It's so much faster than it is
yeah,
over in Holland, because obviously they play total football.
yeah. Aye,
Well,
so
kind of play.
Grant, we agreed then. Grant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately, George Grant, good fella.
Most improved.
This was difficult to pick because you could pick a player who's most improved over the last couple of games with Naismith in charge, because there has been a few players that have massively improved their game. Or do you take it over the season? And I took it
Devo
over
over the
this.
season.
I took it over the season, and I picked Toby Sibic.
Oh, right, okay. I had Civic or Gino.
So, well, see, for me, the reason Sibic won it is he was literally getting booed by our own fans at the start of the season, and then we finished the season singing his name.
Yeah,
Gino, I would say Gino most improved since Naismith took over, because he's put him in a position where he could score loads of goals, and he's been in the last 10 games of the season. I'm pretty sure that's where he got most of his goals.
yeah.
So
I think Gino's been brilliant since January. Sort of December, January.
he's been better than he usually has been. Yeah, because it's tough with Gino because there are some games where he just disappears.
Yeah.
But he's stopping that a lot more.
You know, if you're the one calling for a new contract, he must be doing all right, Sean.
Yeah, no, he is definitely.
You know,
Oh,
he must.
100%. No, he is. Yeah, but if it was the same form he had pre-January, I wouldn't be bothered if he left. But now I really,
Yeah.
really want him to stay.
Yeah. I just hope that we don't offer him too much money and then it goes back to his normal sort of sell.
See, I don't think he'll ever go back to that now because the style of football that Stephen Naismith wants to play.
Yeah.
So I think you'll always get a good player out of him. It's the consistency that worries me about Gino.
Yeah,
Always has been.
definitely. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Civic as well, because just for the fact that you were right there about getting booed. That RFS game, was it? At
Yeah,
home. That was the turning point, wasn't it? That's when they
yeah,
started singing his name and he was fucking unreal. And then he's been sort of unreal. He's had a few little mistakes, but like that one against Hibs.
yeah. But
Not against Hibs, no against Hibs. Against Rangers, was it?
yeah, it was Rangers.
Rangers when he headed the ball that he shouldn't have. But I mean, he's just young. I think he can improve a lot. You know,
He
we
definitely
rejected
can.
about £1 million in January, remember?
That's mad.
Blackpool?
When I think of that, that's mad. If we're rejecting bids for £1 million for Civic, then there's no chance we're losing Shanklin for £1 million.
I know. Hearts are different.
Fucking
2 seasons
massive.
ago, we would have accepted that.
2 seasons ago, Civic would have been gone for half of that.
Aye, we would have been like, you would have been. Right, best moment of the season.
It's the
This is like
only
a
time.
personal thing.
Yeah, it's the only time I've picked the same player twice, and it's Civic's cheeky chip.
Oh, do you think? Oh, have you went like that? Have you went like
I've
a
picked.
player?
I picked a moment on the pitch. Yeah,
Oh, did you? All right, okay.
It- Civic's chip. I mean,
I like this chip. It was
he
good.
ran the whole length of the
It was
park
good.
and chipped the goalie against Hibs.
Yeah, yeah,
What the
it was
fuck?
good. It was good. To be fair, it was good.
And Shanklin's John Robertson celebration was very, very close.
Yeah,
But no, if I was to say a personal thing, my personal thing is always the same thing when it comes to the moment of the year, and it's just spending time at the stadium with you and my brother. It's
yeah.
class. Like the days out to the games. That's it. It's what weekends are for.
I've picked the Fiorentina game at home.
Why have you picked that?
I just think the
The
whole
atmosphere was
experience of it was
fantastic.
just amazing. I've never seen Hearts face a bigger team before in a competitive game, like a proper competitive game, no qualifier, nothing like
No
that.
friendly.
Like a proper game. It just like that Fiorentina team were fucking
Oh,
unreal.
it's not just that. That
They were
Fiorentina team made
fucking,
it to the final.
they were fucking brilliant.
They
They
made it
were
to the final.
absolutely fantastic. Um,
The one
yeah,
thing I
I
will
just
say about
thought that was
Fiorentina is
amazing. The whole day was amazing.
it was fantastic. The
The
march, the
pub and that,
stadium,
it was
the
brilliant.
pints.
It was
It was
so
good.
good.
Like
I wasn't even bothered that we lost like 4-1. It was seeing these players in real life. You're thinking, fuck,
was it?
these guys are at Tynecastle, like.
It was 3-0. They beat us 3-0.
Was it 3-0 at home?
3-0. They beat us. They beat us
Yeah,
5-1 in Fiorentina.
yeah. But they dominated us. They were fucking unreal. Like,
Oh, they
couldn't get
always were
near
going
them.
to.
Couldn't get near
But
them.
they
Like,
and yet they couldn't beat a David Moyes West Ham.
to be fair though, did you watch that last night? They should have fucking hammered them. Like, they were
West Ham.
all over them. Like,
But West Ham played well.
yeah, they did. They did.
They
They
knew what
did
they had to
do.
do.
They
Can't
aye.
believe
They done
David
their.
Moyes won a European trophy.
I know. Do you think he's the seventh Scottish manager to win a European trophy?
Only the seventh.
Seventh. How many English managers do you think have won a European trophy?
If I'm going with this, if I'm going off based on how many English managers have won the Premier League, then it's one or none.
None.
Yeah, there you go.
Not one English manager's won the European trophy.
It's one thing that used to wind me up something rotten is when pundits were like, they need to bring in an English manager who understands the English game, and yet 99% of managers who've won the Premier League are foreign.
I know. I know.
And I was like,
It's
I'm like, no,
amazing,
you
isn't
didn't
it?
need to bring an English manager. You need to find a really good foreign manager.
It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Yeah, so worst moment. Last award, worst moment.
I had two. One of them was losing to Hibs because I can't stand losing to Hibs. But
I
my
didn't even
moment
think
that
of that,
won
to
it
be
was
honest.
the 6 games in a row where we didn't win.
Uh,
It was just brutal because you just seen third place every week slipping away for us, and it was
yeah.
like watching it happen in front of you. It was like watching your missus get stabbed to death every
Watching them shitty streams of like Kilmarnock away. Die on it. Yeah,
It
absolutely
was
fucking raging
brutal.
at like 3 o'clock on a Saturday, like ruins your whole weekend, like
I mean, who
fucking
beat us?
dire, like
Where's the games? I've got the games in front of me.
Celtic, Aberdeen,
So there we go. Right. Well, Celtic,
Hibs,
Aberdeen, Kilmarnock, St Mirren, Hibs. One, two, three,
Motherwell. Did
four,
Motherwell not
five.
beat us?
Aye, so
Motherwell started it off, didn't they?
yeah, Motherwell beat us. Well, technically, Rangers did.
Rangers
Rangers
did
beat
as
us
well.
3-0. Then we beat Dundee United. Then we
That
lost to
was it.
Motherwell.
Motherwell.
Then we beat St Johnstone, which was
Yeah.
amazing because we never beat St Johnstone. And then we got lost. And then in that time that we lost, we scored 2 goals and conceded 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 goals. Every week it was like getting
Fucking
battered.
hell.
And then Aberdeen beating us.
I know.
Oh, that was minging.
No.
Kilmarnock was the worst though,
Yeah.
because Kilmarnock are absolute dog crap.
Do you know what's embarrassing, right? We've played Livingston 3 times, right? And we didn't win one game this season.
Is it not the same with Kelly?
Yeah.
We played
Like,
Kelly 3 times, we beat them once.
If we beat Livingston once and we beat Kilmarnock once, we would have finished third.
Well, the start of the season was horrendous for us.
That's how little, like, is in this season. You know,
Yeah.
if we beat the teams we were meant to beat, we would have finished third.
Aye, definitely.
Aberdeen are murder. We fucked them when they came to Tynecastle under next week. We fucked them. It should have been like 4-5-1. We
Aye, we
actually
also
fucked them.
and then we beat them earlier in the season as well. We beat
Yeah.
them 5-0.
Honestly. It's fucking shit, man. Fucking shit. Nah, that's not my worst moment. Do you know what my fucking worst moment is? Grant getting sent off at Zurich at Haim. That fucked us, like, honestly. Everyone went downhill when he got fucking sent off. We fucked them that night.
Single-handedly put us through Europe, that man.
Honestly. We would have been in the Europa League. We would have been facing Arsenal instead of these fucking Swiss cunts.
Arsenal.
Honestly. Fucking, I couldn't believe that he did that. It still rages me out.
Oh,
You know
it's
about
disgusting.
A year ago,
it's disgusting.
fucking
Like, it is.
rages me out because that was amazing as well. The whole experience. I put that
It
as well
was
as my second
the whole
best
day.
moment.
The whole
Zurich.
day. The whole day was great. Again, it was
so good.
The atmosphere was incredible, but as soon as he got sent off, the atmosphere died. The
Yeah.
game died, and then we died.
Fuck them. Fuck them.
God damn
Well,
you, George Grant.
But that was the second installment of the Up the Park Player of the Year awards. Yeah, fucking shocking. Right, let's get a bit more lighthearted and go on to the quiz.
Oh God, I'm not looking forward to this.
Right, are you ready? You got your quiz hat on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Right. In the Europa Conference group stages, we scored 6 goals. How many did we concede?
Oh my days.
No cheating.
I can't cheat, can I? 5 to Fiorentina, 3 to Fiorentina. Who else did we play? Başakşehir.
Istanbul, yeah.
They beat us 4. So 4. 12?
16.
Oh my days, that's disgusting. But Brendan, we did win 2 games in Europe.
Yeah, we did.
Rangers
you're
and
right.
Celtic, didn't they?
Nah, I'm taking that to the grave.
Damn right.
Craig Gordon finished the season with 2 clean sheets. How many did Xander Clark get?
Did Craig Gordon only get 2 clean sheets?
Yep, in the whole season. So that's every game. That's all Europe and Cups and everything that he played.
Oh man, Xander Clark's must be decent because he's been excellent. Oh, I want to say 6. I think
7.
7.
7.
That's class, by the way.
It's all right. He played half a season, like, yeah, but it's decent, like, to be honest.
That is decent, especially Craig Gordon only getting 2. But Craig Gordon had to play under Robbie Nielsen. So
Remember,
Clark
Craig
didn't
Gordon
really have
had
to.
that period as well where we were playing Cochrane and Nielsen at centre back because Halkett was injured, Rolls was injured, and Sibic was shit, so he wasn't playing him, and he was playing Kingsley at
Ah,
left back.
Ken, it's mad to think that that was this season.
I don't know.
Like Alex Cochrane played centre back this season.
I'm sure we went to Fiorentina. We played at Fiorentina with Cochrane and Nielsen as our centre back.
Cochrane was it was Cochrane and Halkett, but then Halkett went off injured,
Oh, and then Sibic came on. Oh no, and then Nielsen came on,
and
didn't he?
Nielsen came
Ah,
on. He had to
yeah,
play. He had to
yeah.
play like 85 minutes against
Fucking,
Fiorentina
fucking hell, man.
because
Honestly.
remember Halkett ran and went in for a tackle, and then he didn't get back up.
Ah, yeah. Fuck. Fucking Fiorentina. Right. Barry Mackay was the top assister this season. How many did he get in all
No, he
competitions?
wasn't. Was he?
Yeah.
Right? How?
I reckon what's worse that he's the top assister or the number that he got.
So is this in all
All
competitions?
competitions.
God.
I don't think this is very good, by the way.
I know how many he got in the league, so I'm just trying to think of how many he got outside the league. Um, 8.
6.
That's so bad. That's so bad. He was our top assister.
Yeah, do you know who was second with 5?
Cammy Devlin.
Shankland. And then
I
Cammy Devlin had 4.
Devlin got 4. I knew Devlin had 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's actually insane.
It's a bit shit in that.
So were any of our players even in the top 10? And
What,
like
of
the
the sisters
assists.
in the league?
I'm loading it up now.
No, I doubt it. Because Barry Mackay must have
O'Reilly.
only got about
No, it
5.
went O'Reilly, Jota, Moy, Tavernier, Barisic, Hatate, Clarkson, Kent, Sakala, Yuan, Armstrong for Kilmarnock,
Oh my god.
Blair Spittle for Motherwell,
Oh my god.
Stevie May,
Oh my god.
Danda for Ross County, David Turnbull for Celtic, who only played like 5 games, and then Barry Mackay.
Fucking embarrassing.
But Barry
Embarrassing.
Mackay did get 4 goals, so
Yeah,
overall he got 10 goal contributions in 40 games or something.
shocking. Right. Barry Mackay also has the most appearances this season with
Oh,
46
that
in
just
all
makes
competitions.
that just makes it worse than his
Right.
assists.
Who was second with 45?
Shankland.
No.
Oh, hang on then.
He was third with 44.
He missed 2 games or something. 3 games, maybe injured. Who the hell played every game?
Well, not every game.
Oh, pretty much
45.
every game.
You get 2 guesses.
Right.
Because I think you're going to get it, but
Janelli?
no.
Right, one more. Oh, fucking hell. It can't be Cabby Devlin because he was injured. It can't be Snodgrass because he wasn't there long enough. Cabby Harden because he missed half the season. Forrest?
Forest.
Just because he came on sub all the time.
Aye. Yeah. So you got 45 appearances because he played like 17 substitute substitute appearances that were longer than 20 minutes.
You know one thing I'm going to check because I think this has massively affected Forrest this season. So if I go into his stats for this season, I want to see how
Yeah.
many times he was played at right wing back because I know his position.
Transfer marked.
I love transfer marked. It's got all the stats.
I wish they would just add an E to the market.
Oh my god.
What?
He played 21 games at right wing back.
No, he didn't.
He did.
He could. No way.
That's
Shit,
bad.
to be fair, he might have,
You want to something absolutely mad though?
What?
If you go to his stats and have a look through his numbers, because he didn't score many goals, but when he did score goals, he played on the right wing.
Fuck.
First game of the season, he scored against Ross County, playing on the wing.
Yeah,
Played against
mad at that.
Motherwell, played on the wing, scored 2 goals.
Shit on that. I can't
Played on the
believe
wing
that.
against St Johnstone, scored a goal.
What club did we sign Kyo Motsoglu from?
Ah, Hercules.
Yeah, Heracles.
Hercules, or whatever they're called.
Heracles Almelo.
I just got him Hercules.
What win percentage did Robbie Nielsen get this season in his 42 games?
41%.
38.
God dang it.
116, drew 6 and lost 20.
Is that in
In
the
what?
league?
That's
Or
in
all?
all games. That's all games.
Oh,
In what minute did Humphries score the wonder goal
oh,
against Dundee
fuck's sake.
United?
86th or something?
No,
Nah,
98th minute.
the 98th.
Aye.
Oh, right, I thought it was still within the 90 minutes. Oh, well, I wasn't paying attention.
Who scored the very first goal of the league season for Hearts?
Forest.
Yeah.
Aye, we beat them
Um.
2-1.
Yeah. How many yellow and red cards did Hearts receive this season? This is the last question.
The red cards I know is like 13.
Nah, less than that.
No, sorry. 1, 2, 3.
This is all competition.
Oh, competition. 8.
8. Yep.
Aye. And yellow cards, 50.
86.
86.
Yeah.
Quite an aggressive wee team, eh?
That is, isn't it? It's fucking. To be honest, I'm surprised it was only 8 red cards. Like I thought it
Was
was going to be a
all
lot more. Like
was all 86 bookings Alex Cochrane?
I can. Oh, by the way, he got 43 appearances this season.
43.
Yeah,
Fair play. How many of them did he play at centre back? He must have played about half of them at
I
centre
can.
back.
And he missed a few with red
I
cards.
well, he
So
also had an injury as well.
yeah,
Oh
and he
well.
got benched
Daily
as well
colours.
after that Aberdeen game. So different, different. Aye, what a shit season, eh?
It's been such a weird season.
So here's a question for you, right? If at the start of the season I said to you we would get probably the hardest group in the Conference League, get 2 wins in the Conference League, finish fourth, 3 points behind Aberdeen, would you accepted that?
Nah.
Nah.
Nah. I'd accepted Europe thing. That's brilliant. But third was always had to be the goal this season.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bothered fourth so much if we maybe won the Scottish Cup or something. Or even
Yeah.
the Premier Sports Cup. Like a cup wouldn't have bothered me too much if we got fourth. But the way we lost third is what riles
Yeah.
me.
It's pure capitulation, isn't it?
Oh, we fell apart. It was
Yeah.
disgusting. It was like I've never seen a team fall off like that. I've never seen a Hearts team fall off like that. Hearts normally are consistently average, but last season we were brilliant, absolutely fantastic, and we didn't even look a shadow of the team we did last year.
Nah. No. Pure fucked up.
Thank God for Lawrence Shankland.
I know.
Like,
I
thank the
know.
footballing gods for Lawrence Shankland and his
Imagine
30
we
goals.
didn't have him
Oh, we would have been bottom six.
and Liam Boyce got injured at the start of the season.
I would have been bottom six. Who would have been played up front? Gino all season.
Aye.
With nobody behind him.
Cool.
Didn't even have Oda till January.
Fucking hell, man. He better not leave this summer, eh?
I don't think he will.
If
I
he
think
leaves
he'll
this
stay.
summer, I'm gonna hire a plane.
Don't go.
No Shankland.
No bottle.
Nielsen out.
No. Joe Savage out.
Savage out. Savage Budge out. No ball. Fucking hell, Shankland, man. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
Nah.
You happy with Naismith getting the permanent gig as
Yeah, I
technical
think he's
director?
his technical director,
Aye.
who will not get charged for shadow coaching in Europe. It Aye, I am. I mean, when you look at the two options, it was Naismith or that other fella.
Yeah,
We went with what we know,
I'm quite happy
and
with the Naismith rather than that Cifuentes.
it's underwhelming. It is underwhelming, but at the same time, Naismith gets it. You need to back him,
Yeah,
and I hope the club back him with signings as well.
yeah, we should. We should. Well, Cal Patterson's not coming anyway because he just signed a new contract.
Signed a new deal, but he was never coming unless that was all Robbie Nielsen who wanted him,
Yeah,
because Robbie Nielsen was got to sign him to play him at right wing back, despite the fact he's played striker for Sheffield Wednesday for like 3 years,
yeah.
and he was got to play him in right wing back, which
Nah, he was
is
gonna fuck it, wasn't
I'm glad we didn't do that.
he? Fucked it. Absolutely fucked it.
He's an absolute melt, Robbie Nielsen. I wonder where he's going to end up.
Oh man. The man was like one season away from being probably the best Hearts manager of all time.
He was.
Honestly,
All
if
he
he
had to
finished
do.
third this season, he'd have
Aye.
been the best manager of all time. Or if he won a cup, he would have been the best Hearts manager of all
The
time.
thing is, if he won, if he came third this season and built on that, we probably would have won a cup next year.
Yeah. The thing I really worry about though next season is how much Aberdeen are going to spend in the summer.
Aye, because not only have they made what they get about 10 million altogether
They've
for what
made
they've
what
made.
6 mil, well, 5 million, but they're
They
gonna have
sold a
to.
they sold a
They're
player for 3.
Yeah, they're gonna have to build that. Well, they're gonna have to do up that stadium to do the
Yeah,
UEFA thing like
but
we
on
did.
top of that, they've got rich owners.
Yeah, and they're probably
So
gonna sell Miovski. They're probably gonna sell Duke.
if they invest correctly, they'll
Yeah,
be tough to beat to third place next year.
but I hope they fall off and we pick them to third. I hope
I
they do an
hope
us this season
I
and it's
hope
do
they
too
get
much
into
for
the
them.
Europa League, because then they'll have games on a Wednesday and Thursday night against like
No,
Arsenal.
I don't. I don't hope they get in the Europa League because that's like double the money that they get.
I just hope they get a tough group then.
I just hope they get fucked in Europe. They're gonna fucking fail. Honestly, they'll bottle it. They'll absolutely bottle it. I hope we get through. I hope we get some easy team in the qualifiers so we get through.
2 qualifiers we had to play, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Hibs had to play 3.
yeah. Hibs are gonna
At
go out in
least
the
we're
first
no.
one. They're fucking
At
shit.
least we're not in that stupid Viaplay Cup fucking group
I
stage
know.
thing.
Fucking hate that cup anyway. I know it's a cup, but I fucking hate
I'd win. I'd like to win it. I'm not gonna lie. I'd love to win it because it's a trophy. But the way they do it with the group stage and that is
it. No, it's
absolutely
shit.
stupid. It's just like the
Fucking
top 6
shit.
split. It's stupid.
Did you see the groups today? Have you seen them? They've
Aye,
done the draw. Have you seen Kilmarnock's group? Elgin, Peterhead, Cove Rangers,
aye. They'll probably all beat
and
Kilmarnock.
Inverness. And
They'll all beat
Inverness.
Killy. Killy are
But
shit.
like they got like the furthest away teams. Elgin's the top of Scotland, Inverness the top of Scotland, Peterhead's at Aberdeen, and Cove Rangers at Aberdeen. They're like the furthest away teams possible. They've got to
Aye, yeah.
travel there on like a Tuesday night,
And then play
Thursday
again on
night. You know what I mean? It's fucking
a
shit.
Saturday and Sunday.
Shit, man. Honestly, fucking pointless.
That's ridiculous.
Sound. Yeah. Is that us?
That's us. Yeah.
That's us. Thanks for listening to Up the Park. You can
Aye,
find
we're
us on.
back.
We're back. We're not putting
We're
that in the
back.
title again. We've used that about 3 times now.
Aye, well, we're back.
And then we're back
We're
again.
back again.
We're back again.
We're like the 5th casting of Spider-Man. We're back.
Jesus Christ. Spider-Man. You're defo Venom.
I'm not Venom.
Batman.
I'm not Venom. Who's the laziest superhero? Come him. I'm Captain Hindsight for South Park. I'll tell you how to fix it when it's already happened.
He's class. Yeah, thanks for listening. You can catch us on Twitter, Facebook, email us if you've got any questions or opinions. We'll be back
Whenever
probably for the
pre-season starts.
qualifiers.
Maybe pre-season starting.
Maybe the qualifiers. We might do a special episode when the qualifiers are done. So
Perfect.
yeah, perfect. So, thanks a lot for listening.
Thanks all.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.